Welcome to the Cisco Show. Don't touch that remote. I have a guest today. He is a developer. He's a homegrown Norristown guy, born and raised in Norristown, went to school here in Norristown, right here at Norristown High School, and now he's a guest, and he is a developer, and he is someone that's helping to build Norristown, a good business place, a place to come and buy, you know, enjoy. You got the zoo, you got everything here. So here we go. I want you to meet him, and we got a lot of ideas, and we want you to join us in helping us make Norristown a good place to be. Right in this corner, weighing 100, Dave Sereny.
Thanks for having me today, Rock.
Welcome to the Cisco Show. Come on now, you are loaded with a lot of information. Come on. Now, you were born here in Norristown. What street?
I was born and raised on George Street, the 600 block of George Street in
west
Norristown.
end of town.
That's the west end of town, right off Marshall Street, excuse me. And I went through the Norristown school system. I graduated here actually at Norristown High. And,
Same building?
Same building in 1980.
And I saw you were talking to Vice Principal Smith.
Yeah, we know some of the same people, and
you know,
he was born and raised in
That's what I like
Norristown.
about my show. We're talking about people that started going to school, and after that, and became a successful businessman. So tell us now what you do.
As you said, I develop in Norristown. So we've already taken the commercial corridor on Marshall Street and created that into somewhat of a thriving business district. 20 years ago, there was a lot of boarded up stores. There was some bad activity going on. And now I'm happy to say we've taken the boards off the windows. We have stores in there that are doing very well.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, we got great shops along there. A lot of it's a Spanish influence, so we do have
Hispanic.
You
got a Greek pizza place. You got the Asian.
Chinese. Yeah, it's
Italian,
very
you got
diversified.
everything there, like a League of Nations.
Absolutely. So, you know, if you're hungry for Chinese food, you can get it there. Jamaican food, Mexican food, we have everything. You know, we have Displays, which is kind of like a five and dime type store.
Yeah.
That's actually been on that block, you probably know better than me, but since the early 60s at least. And I know at one time, at the turn of the century, the 1900s, that was actually like a farmer's market.
Oh, yeah.
And they actually had livestock on there. That might even be before your time,
yeah,
I'm not sure.
We used to walk the beat there. We had a beat from Markley Street to Stanbridge Street. We had a walk and beat 7 days a week.
Wow,
24 hours a week. And there was a lot of businesses there, you know. But
So now we've created a vibrant district there. And what we've done is we moved to Main Street. So I was actually on this show before, and I talked about I had just acquired a building that we were renovating.
Yeah.
So what we've done, it's in line with the county and the municipality's improvement plans of developing Norristown. So we've taken it and we actually developed it into 2 commercial storefronts, and we have 9 luxury apartments above.
9 apartments above the businesses.
Yes, and they're luxury apartments, Hank.
Yeah.
They're not, you know, your typical apartments. These granite countertops, stainless steel.
All newly furnished, right?
All new, yes.
If I wanted to move in, how do I get in touch with you? Who do I call? What's the number? What to do? We're trying to get people come to Norristown.
Well, my company is DMS Properties, so we do have a website, dmsproperties.com. And also you can reach us at our office, which is 610-275-7899 is our phone number.
All right.
We're there every day from 9 to 5:30 to handle any kind of maintenance issues and to help our tenants out.
Well, I want to say I walked the beat when I was a policeman in Norristown, and you are, the location where you are is prime. You know, they say location, location, location. You have the railroad just half a block away. You go to Philadelphia, the train station, okay? You have a bus station, a bus stop right on the corner of Main and Markley. You go either way by bus. If you want to go swimming, you go to river. You got the Schuylkill River, but it's all there, you know. And so we have to do something to get people to invest. How can we?
Well, let me
motivate
just back
people?
up for 1 second. You know, you touched on some of the assets. Let's talk about Norristown in general as a whole.
Go ahead.
Okay, some of the great things we have is that zoo. The Elmwood Park Zoo is just
Great.
a fantastic zoo these days.
Yeah, Al Zone and
Alzone's
Stan
doing a
Husky
terrific
and,
job, Stan.
Pat Mascaras is now helping develop and maintain and join with the Columbus Monument. So it's going to be, Elmwood Park is going to be a place where really show.
But not only
showplace.
do they have animals there, they have a zip line now. Every weekend they're having a lighting ceremony for the Christmas holidays.
Yes, the lights. Yeah, they have lights now.
Yes, it is just a fantastic place to go.
Yeah,
You could have birthday parties there.
yeah. I had a birthday party here. I turned 95 and had a birthday party in the
God
zoo.
bless you. God bless you, Hank.
I said say hello to all the animals.
So I just want to touch base on the assets that Norristown as a whole has. So we have that zoo, which I'm not quite sure exactly how many people go there a week, but the number's pretty high. We also are surrounded by King of Prussia, which draws all kinds of people there
Yeah.
for our large mall. We have Valley Forge Park very close by. We have, that goes through Norristown, the Schuylkill River Trail. Now, what the Schuylkill River Trail
Gonna be
is,
developed one of these days.
no, it actually is developed, Hank. You can actually bike ride or walk down to Philadelphia. It goes right along the
You got
riverfront.
the bike trail.
That's what I'm talking about, the bike trail. So it goes up to northeastern Montgomery County. You can go up to Green Lane area. You can go to Philadelphia. There's a lot of different arteries of that trail.
Yeah.
So a lot of the millennial generation are into these kind of activities where they can go walk, skate, skateboard, ride a bike on these trails rather than, you know, drive their car. So we have that. You touched on the rail line. The rail system's fantastic in Norristown because you can go in pretty much any direction. You could be in Center City in 27 minutes.
Yeah, that's right.
So you have an iPad, you get on there, you look up the news, you
there.
ride the train, boom, you're at your office in
But
Philadelphia.
you know, Norristown has a perception, and it's not good. But we're going to be changing it. We're changing people like you that are investing, and I think we're going to say, why can't we ask the citizens of Norristown? You have any ideas on how we can promote Norristown? How we can make it a place to want to be? You know.
That's
So,
a fantastic idea, Hank. It's all about partnerships.
Now, who can we send the ideas? You read it out there.
Okay, the ideas can be sent to nasdtv@gmail.com.
Right.
So that will come right here to Norristown.
Why would you want to send them?
Well,
Give some people some ideas. You invested money.
Well, I want to talk more
Time.
about the assets, and it may spur some ideas from people. So we talked about the zoo, we talked about the transportation hub.
Right.
Also, what's coming in the next few years, we're actually on phase 3 right now. It's known as the Lafayette Street Corridor. Now, what that's going to do is it's going to be an interchange for the
Oh.
turnpike. Now, it's not just simply an off-ramp that dumps you into Norristown. It's an actual interchange where you get on and off the turnpike. Norristown can now be a destination utilizing the infrastructure of the turnpike. That's huge because a lot of investors look at how do I get in and out of this city quickly?
Yeah.
And you know, people want to work where they can get to easy. They don't want to sit in traffic. So we have that going for us. Also, King of Prussia now is going to have a rail line coming to our transportation center.
Oh yeah.
So what that's going to do is it's going to allow easy access. As you know, the Dan Howard Bridge is there, and you can't really walk over that. There is bus transportation, but having a rail line would be fantastic. Now, this is an aerial rail line from what I see that will actually bring you over top of King of Prussia Plaza, go by different hotels there, and that's going to come into the transportation center.
Wow. And you got stone throw from the casino.
Well, it's actually going to go towards the
And
casino
we got
still.
the Center Theater.
Yes, we got 2 theaters in Norristown.
Yes.
beautiful, beautiful thing.
Yeah.
So we have a lot of assets that you need to build on.
In other words, right now, Norristown is a hug without a squeeze. And now we're going to put the squeeze.
We're putting the squeeze into it.
How's
man.
that sound?
I like that. I like
right,
that. That's a
good.
good way to put it. So we have all the assets that it takes to build an area. So we are going through a renaissance right now. As I talked about my project being luxury apartments, now I actually have a couple residents there already. They're millennials, young people that have high-tech jobs in King of Prussia. And for $200-300 less, they can live in Norristown, which, as you said, is in a great spot right across the bridge. Yeah. They save all that money, and they work right there in King of Prussia. So it's a beautiful thing. So we have jobs. We have entertainment. Yeah. We have restaurants. We have nightlife.
We could bring out a couple more big restaurants. Would really,
Absolutely.
Get the theater. You go to restaurant before or after the theater. It's just a matter of putting it all together.
When you live in a city, it's easy to focus on some of the bad things. Yeah. And, as you kind of pointed out, Norristown did go through a rough time. Now, why did it go through a rough time? When I was a kid growing up on, close to Marshall Street in the early 60s, I remember parades coming by.
Oh, yeah.
I remember all the shops being filled. And friends of mine and their parents owned these shops. And we would go there. That's where we went for clothes. We didn't even have a car back then. Right. So then came about Plymouth Meeting Mall, King of Prussia Plaza, Logan Square. Logan Square killed us.
Yeah.
And when I say us, I mean
John,
the
do you have
commercial
any information
districts.
about that Royal Farm is supposed to move in, then somebody said it's not going to move?
Yeah, I'm not really sure what's going on there, but I can tell you this. Across from the building that I'm developing, Swiss Farms just moved in. Now, Swiss Farms is big down towards Media, and they have a pretty cool concept. Their concept is everybody's got smartphones and iPads these days, right? What they do is they have an application, an app that you have on your smartphone, and you can order what you need. So before you leave work, you can say, oh, I need a gallon of milk, I need eggs, I need this, that, and other thing. You go there and they have it ready for you. Yeah. You give them your credit card or whatever, and you make the quick exchange.
When I say that you invest, how much money did you invest in that building on Main Street?
Well,
we're talking about you had to buy the building, then you had to renovate it and all that stuff. So it costs money, time. What's it like? I mean, it's nice when you look at it, see the building, but what's behind it? The man behind it.
The total investment's probably, it's approaching $2 million. Now, I do want to say that the municipality, the county, everybody has really been bending over and helping me on this project.
And I understand.
Town council has been terrific. They've supported me every way.
Okay, now let's talk about police protection here. We have a chief of police that's pretty sharp.
Yes.
He's got things moving good. And I understand that you meet with the chief of police and also Chamber of Commerce. You got these people it's just a matter of all working together, right?
I'll tell you, for the first time in my adult life, I've been investing in Norristown over 30 years. For the first time, I truly, truly feel as though the current is going our way.
It's going to move.
And what I could tell you is, yes, this police chief is on top of his game. He is really giving the town what it needs in terms of making it safer. You can look at the statistics, and they continually to improve. So he is doing a great job. In terms of partnerships, you talked about the Chamber of Commerce. Kim Ramsey is the president of that group, and I just spoke with her today.
Yeah,
she's doing a lot of wonderful things.
Very sharp.
Yes, and
she's a retired Army.
Yeah, she was in the service, and she's helping bring everybody together. And when everybody's got the same goal in mind,
yes,
it becomes a beautiful thing. So I believe, Rock, it's like a puzzle, and all the pieces are starting to fill in. And we still have a couple little hurdles to jump, but let's look at it this way. Every area around us has done great. Conshohocken, West Conshohocken, Plymouth, Ambler.
Unbelievable.
Everyone.
Ambler. Oh, my God.
But we have richer assets. And getting back to the assets one more time, I want to touch on a couple things. Do you know we have the Civil War Cemetery?
Yeah.
I mean, we got
there,
some top ranking officers that are buried there. And you have Civil War people that travel all over to take pictures, and they're into the history. We have Thaddeus T. Lowe that used to live on Main Street. His building's there.
Yeah.
He was an aeronautical engineer, and he came up with the concept of having a hot air balloon to use as a reconnaissance type tool
Right.
for service. So, I mean, we have a lot of coal history that comes
Yeah.
out of Norristown. We have a lot of neat things for people to see. It's not like we're an old coal town that has nothing to feed off of. In terms of why would people want to live here? Because we have jobs.
Yeah.
We have jobs throughout Montgomery County, King of
Yeah.
Prussia.
Got
Jobs draw
apartment
people.
buildings being built on DeKalb Street, right?
Absolutely. There's
You
new
know,
buildings
I
going
had
there.
Dr. Grafey. She's a doctor. She was at Montgomery Hospital. She was the one that took care of me when I had cancer, colon cancer. And so I asked her to come on my show. Well, she lives in the main line. So her office was in the Montgomery Hospital. I said, well, I'll pick you up and bring you over to here. So I picked her up. And as I was driving through Norristown to come here to Norristown High School, she says, you know, look at all these beautiful buildings in Norristown. Different architects, different, you know, porches and balconies and all. So it says, you drive through Norristown, you'll see a lot of different architects.
We got big Victorian style houses like on Hamilton Street, Halls
Yeah.
Avenue. They got those, I think it's called like the Queen Anne Victorian porches that
Yes,
surround them.
right.
So we are rich in our housing
matter. So
stock
all we
and
got-
architecture.
You know, I was a good friend of Frank Rizzo, and Frank Rizzo says, you run for mayor in Norristown, and I'll run for mayor in Philadelphia. He said, if you want to be a good mayor, you keep the town safe and clean. That's one thing we got to work on. Keep the streets clean. Now, I got a question from the balcony, the lady with the green hat. What has kept you working in Norristown for so long? What has kept you here?
Well, I think
Family?
it's the big thing is, you know, I was born and raised here, and I just have this goal of helping Norristown see the turn and really come back to the way it was in its heyday. That's the biggest part of it. And there's great people here in Norristown. There really are.
I got another one. This other guy with the brown jacket up there. What are some of your proudest development accomplishments? Now,
I would have to say,
that's up in Marshall Street.
Marshall Street, we have a mini mall up there above Splains, which is kind of cool. It's got some restaurants up there and little shops. We also developed an art studio on Marshall Street. So I feel really good about that. And just Marshall Street as a whole. We have a lot of properties there, and a lot of them needed the rehab. And I think it's a great, great place these days. And now, of course, the new building is my new baby.
And a lot of them merchants all live in Norristown.
Yes, they
Right.
do.
That's a big thing, you know. I remember my father had a shoemaker shop on Main and DeKalb Street, and most of the people that had the businesses over there, they lived in Philadelphia, here, there, and the other place, you know. But Marshall Street we're here to stay.
When you talk about economic development, it's building blocks. So, you know, one guy takes a big plunge and does something, say, for example, the luxury apartments. Swiss Farms actually gave me a call before they committed to moving where they're at. And they asked me what I was doing. I told them what I was doing.
Yeah.
Because of them seeing me do that development, they decided, yes, this is the place we want to be. And we talked about a lot of things that Norristown's doing to move ahead. Now, this is a good time to talk about other developers coming in. Any other developers that are out there, I'd advise them to come into Norristown now because really it's on its way up.
How can I get them, maybe make a contact or get them on my TV show here? Get any developers?
We can send some developers your way to talk
get them to come here. Maybe they want to spread their wings, you know?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
With development, what it comes down to is, you know, these are investors. And investors, you know, they want to make money. It's about the bottom line. They don't want to go somewhere and lose money. So what happens is they actually go to different areas and they see where they can deal the best.
Yeah.
And Norristown has become a lot more friendly, business friendly and developer friendly, and that's going to get more and more developers to come in. Now, one of the great things is, let me just interject here for a second, Hank, is Norristown has this fantastic program right now. It's called the LERTA Tax Abatement Program. LERTA, L-E-R-T-A, it's an acronym. And basically what it comes down to is it's a 10-year abatement program on taxes. So any money that you invest into your building, you get taxed on it in a tiered system. 10% a year it goes up. So what it allows you to do is, being a developer, when you first come in, it's pretty risky. It allows you to lessen your risk, to jump in, do what you need to do, establish yourself, make sure that everything's running, as you need stably, and then your taxes start tiering up. Why is that great? It's great for the developer because, like I said, it gives him a reason to want to come here. And it's great for the community because eventually, whatever that investment is, he's paying a large tax bill at the end of the day on. So it's a beautiful program.
Yeah, that's great. Here's another one from the lady. We were at the green jacket. Is that green or blue? Oh, it's green. Okay. Read it. What's that question?
Okay, what specific stores or businesses are making an impact in town? I would say currently it's going to be the restaurants and new stores such as we got the Five Saints Distillery. They have live entertainment during the week and weekends, karaoke. They've had some bands in there. They've done a fabulous job. And what they've done is they've taken an old firehouse and they converted it into this distillery. And if you haven't been there, you got to go there.
Where's that?
It's something awesome. It's down on East Main Street, and it's called Five Saints Distillery. Also down that way, there's a new coffee shop called Tin Shell. And these are young
Coffee shop
people.
on Main Street.
Yes, these are young
I'd like to do
people.
a show down there sometime.
Young people that have come in, they invested in a coffee shop, and it's just a great place to meet new people. We actually have in our new building, DTLR, which is the old sneaker villa, which they're actually forecasting that they're going to do over $1 million in sales this year. Can you imagine that?
Wow.
A store in Norristown doing that kind of business. So, I mean, great things are happening here. They really are.
Well, and also on the planning, on the corner where your building is, the train station is going to be, people get on the train there and go to the zoo in Elmwood Park.
This
That's on the
was
planning.
actually a
Tell me about
vision.
that. What do you know about it?
Well, this was a vision of mine a long time ago.
Yeah.
And Al Zone is actually implementing it, and I just think it's fantastic. My vision was a little bit more big pie in the sky. I really was envisioning like a steam train, traveling along those old rails. But I think this is more or less going to be a train, but that's still fantastic. When we talk about Norristown too, we got to talk about their planning department, Jane Massonier. She's done a fantastic job. We got people that are actually doing the old bank building, the Continental Bank.
Yeah.
And they're converting
We
that
have a
into.
planning commission in Norristown,
Yes,
and we have in the county.
yes, both.
We got to get them together.
So, well, I think they look at individualized things, but Jane's doing a great job drawing people in.
Yeah.
And I just really, really see a lot of great things, happening in Norristown.
Yeah.
And as I said, for the first time in my adult life, I really feel some great positive vibes just
Yeah.
everywhere. The cooperation factor, just everything is really
I think
happening.
the chief of police has been very cooperative to see if we
Great,
can
great guy.
light up the town. I think potholes, lighting at night. I think we get.
We got to
thieves-
keep graffiti down.
Yeah, thieves don't like light and they don't like sound.
Correct.
So let's put the light up and light up the town. Yeah.
Well, one of the things that I did on Marshall Street, I'm pretty sure that you know of this, is I put cameras all along that 5-block
Yeah.
corridor. And
They
I'm
still
doing the
there?
same, yes, and I'm doing the same thing on Main Street.
Oh.
So, and, I allow the police
Security
department,
too.
and I allow the police department to tap right into those cameras.
Well, people should know that. I'm glad that this show here, the people that watch it, come up with. I try to let people the same thing with the veterans. I put some veterans here to see what's out there for them. There's a lot of things a veteran can get, but they don't know. So it's the same thing about Norristown. We don't know something about it, and I think that We got a good communication. We got a person in City Hall that is communication too, right?
Now let's talk about why somebody would want to move here and live here. If you look, we talked about our housing stock and how beautiful it is, the old Victorian homes, but we have other homes that are townhomes. And you know, the price for a townhome in Norristown compared to say King of Prussia or Plymouth Meeting is probably almost half. So that's why somebody would want to come to Norristown.
I think. Well, tell me about you, about your wife. Tell me about.
Well, I'm married for the last 20 years now. We have a son. He's actually my adopted son. He's 32. And I have 2 grandkids through him, 7 and 8 years old.
And your father?
My father was a Norristown police officer.
Right.
He actually worked under you at one time.
Yeah, work with it. Yeah.
And he always has great things to say about you. But yeah, he's from, he started in Norristown, I think on the department in like 1969, and he was there to 1999.
Yeah.
So yeah.
You know, I'm 95 years old. I saw a lot of changes in Norristown. On Main Street, my father had a shoemaker shop. I used to shine shoes, so I got to know everybody, I know you never tell the way people dress or what they look like. When I come in there to shine shoes, I shine their shoes. Guy that, and he would give me a nice tip. This one guy, and he wanted the cheap. He had fish hooks in his pocket. He couldn't get the money out. He got what do they say? Long pockets and short arms. He couldn't reach the money.
So you can't judge a book by its cover.
I had a guy, Robert Perry, come up from Saluda, South Carolina, and he was shining shoes next to me in my father's stand, and he would shine shoes and and he used to make good tips. I used to shine his shoes, but I didn't get the tips like him because he'd give that little extra, hello, help him up and down the steps and everything. So if you treat people nice, there's a return.
Absolutely. And I got to tell you, I've known you since I was a kid, and we had, a kid-adult relationship. Now we have an adult-to-adult relationship. And I really admire what you've done for this town. And one of the things I got to say is that you're never negative. You're always positive. You're always about getting people together and moving Norristown forward. And I got to say, that's a great thing. You're also the ambassador of Norristown.
Yeah, the only ambassador, yeah.
You've been ambassador how long now?
I'm a hog without a squeeze. No.
How long have you been ambassador? Like 5, 6 years?
No. I know, huh?
How long have you been an ambassador?
10 years.
10 years now, okay.
Yeah, this coming year. Whether they reappoint me, I don't know.
I think you just keep going.
I don't know about that.
Yeah,
so,
the ambassadorship keeps going.
But I enjoy being a policeman for 27 years, county detective for 13, ambassador, So
the funniest story I got to tell about you, if you don't mind me sharing this, is there was a dog one time and it was lost. And somebody found the owner and the dog was rehomed again. And at the time, there was not going to be a parade that year. And Hank Cisco said, there's going to be a parade. So the parade consisted of one fire truck with you and that dog that was just found on your lap. And holding the American flag out the window. And that always cracked me up.
And then the last 4th of July, I go over there, the ambassador's in the back of the parade. I says, oh my God, I says, what happened? Somebody don't like me, they put me in the back of the parade. So I says, I'm not gonna go. I'm not gonna go to the parade. But my friend, he comes to my house and helps me out, he says, Hank, go to the parade. Don't forget, Macy's Christmas parade. Who do they have at the end of the parade? Santa Claus. So, the ambassador is at the end of the parade.
Okay.
So I went there and at the end of the parade, goodbye.
I got to say, at 95, you're still bobbing and weaving.
Yeah, I don't know. Somebody up there likes me, But
I have fond memories of when I was a kid and I was a safety.
Safety patrol?
Yeah, working with a crossing guy.
I had charge of them. And we used to sing the song, never cross when the light is red, the light is red. Always cross when the light is green. My fair children. And then I used to make a little hail and put it over to your head. Always do what teacher says.
And then you had the bike inspection. We had our bicycles and we had to go down to
Oh, yeah,
the
we had
park.
bicycling inspection. Yeah, yep. We had that, everything, you know.
So you've done a lot for the town, and that's what we got to keep it
I
going.
love that you were going to the schools, you know. And the chief says, I want you to go into the schools and talk safety. I had no training about public speaking or anything. So I was get up there and saying, and the teachers are watching, I'm saying whether I use the right grammar or whatever. So I took a course at night school on public speaking, just enough to teach me, you know, so I didn't worry about what the teachers thought. I was communicating with the kids. I was communicating with the students, and that helped me.
And you always had metaphors. You always had sayings that
Oh,
always
yeah,
applied to
yeah.
certain
Oh, yeah.
situations. And I
If you-
remember those metaphors a lot.
If you want to walk on water, you got to know what the rocks are.
All sunshine
Right.
makes deserts. I
All
mean,
sunshine makes deserts. Yes, you're right.
so there's the Cisco's
watch-
words of wisdom.
Yeah. Watch that guy that's patting you on the back. He's looking for a soft spot to stick the knife.
Yes.
So
So
there's a lot of good and a lot of bad. But, you know, Norristown is the county seat. And I think that the county commissioners are very interested in working with Norristown. I know Joe Gale, Vale, and Ken, and I've had on my show, and I'm sure that they would be helpful. And I'm sure if you touch base with them periodically, they would be helpful.
Oh,
you know.
absolutely. Absolutely. I haven't ran into any resistance. I mean, everybody's just great. We all had that same
No, we
common
got
goal.
yeah. All right. And here's a great question from that man with the round glasses, sunglasses. What are you doing with sunglasses inside the building? What can citizens do to support development?
I think one of the big things there is, and that is a great question, sir. I think that Norristonians, as I call them, people from Norristown, can be our own worst enemy sometimes. And what I mean by that is, you know, we talked about we're a small city. Sometimes it's easier just to look at the negatives and just talk, you know, bad things. The fact is, Norristown is like any other city. We've had some pains along the way of trying to revitalize, but we're going to get there. So I think citizens got to just start being a cheerleader too. It's a great town. And I think just positivity goes a long way. And also, they can go to these establishments, our local establishments that we talked about, the different restaurants, the zoo. Buy local. You buy local, you help your
Our
local economy.
transportation, buses, trains.
Yeah, you hop in your car and you go to the suburbs, you're not helping the city. The city needs
Stone throw
help.
from the casinos.
Absolutely.
Right. All right, now, you're saying, how can the people help, okay? Now, we want to hear from the people, right? Tell them, right? And I'm
What-
going to see how many people are interested in helping Norristown.
So we
And
talked
I
about.
would like to hear from the high school students. I like to hear, because they're the ones that are going to have to live through this.
Yes, and I got to tell you, we met some of the kids here in the high school today walking through the halls. Great kids. We have
Yeah.
a promising future.
One thing
These
about-
kids are
yeah.
our future.
You know, when I was with Norristown Police and County, I had the opportunity to change around. No graffiti. This place is spick and span.
Absolutely.
How
so,
can we get-
so anybody out there that's got a great idea, they can simply get on their computer and go to nasdtv@gmail.com.
Okay.
And they can give us their suggestions there, and hopefully we can implement them.
Okay. All right. We only got 30 seconds. All right. So I think they ought to appoint John Doyle as the entertainment and for food and everything in Norristown.
There you go. That's a very good
All right.
idea. Thank you
Dave
so much for
Sereny,
having me on your
developer,
show.
Good friend, Bob and Weave.
It was a great time. Norristown,
You're more
the
than
future's bright.
you're more than a cheerleader. You're right there. You're a 15-round fighter.
Get your sunglasses. The future is bright.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for allowing us to come in here. Let me hear from you, okay? John Doyle, myself, here. We got a developer, Dave Sereny. So come on, let's get together. Let's bring Norristown right up there. Both hands, keep punching. Left hand high, stick and move. You know, bob and weave and keep your trunks off the canvas. And may God bless each and every one. Thank you. Adios, amigo. Where's your cup?
Here's my cup.
Here's to you.
Thank you.
Right.
Thank you.